Hello and welcome to tonight's team call. It is a little earlier because I get my kiddos back now on Sunday night at 6. So thank you so much for being flexible and hopping on a little bit earlier than we normally do. Today is June 23rd. We have Summit coming up in a few weeks. I am so excited. Please chat if you're going. Post in the chat if you're going. I will be there. Lily and I will be there. Crystal will be there with Ollie. We're all going to be roomies. Evie's going to be rooming with us as well. Amanda's going to be there. I'm so excited. And if you're not going to be there this year, I'm so excited for you to be there next year because I know I've been talking to a lot of you that have said you're going to make it happen next year. And honestly, I'm just really excited to hear Rachel Hollis. Just to be in the same room as her just really excites me. All of us there in the same room together. I just can foresee a lot of tears and happy tears and moments of bonding and us coming home, letting all of you know how it was and what we learned. And I'm really excited. So starting off, I just wanted to go over one thing. I wanted to ask a question. Who helped someone this week? Has anyone helped anyone with a bundle, with Energize, with Recover, with Beachbody On Demand? I actually wanted to say I helped one of my really good friends. She's followed me and watched me for 6 years. She started with the free trial 14 days ago, and she texted me today saying her husband mentioned that her stomach looked smaller, and she tried on a tank top that she hadn't put on in 2 years, and she said that she could not see her rolls and how good she's feeling, and she actually had a knee injury, and 21 Day Fix has been working really well with her, and just being able to help people that are closest to me is something that I love. And she ended up getting the deluxe bundle 2 days ago because it's $200 this month because of the $20 off. So she got a year Beachbody On Demand, Recover, Energize, and Shakeology all for $200. So that's just one that I have. One of my good friends asked me info on everything, so that was a big one because she does sales at a local gym. That's so awesome. I love when friends come and just talking with you about it. And we're going to be talking about conversations tonight, so I hope that this is helpful for those of you that are talking to people. Maybe you feel a little bit nervous about talking to people, or you just don't feel as confident, and that comes with time. So yay for those wins. Feel free if you don't want to, if you have more wins and you haven't, you can type in there as well. And that's something we're going to start off with our call, either talking about a win, about who we helped, or also a few other little things getting started. So I just wanted to let you guys know tomorrow morning we have the sneak peek of the morning meltdown workout. Tomorrow, Gabby posted in the team page just a little bit ago that she's going to share the screen. It's going to be this Zoom link. So feel free to send this to whoever you want. I'm also going to be sending the workout to people if they can't get on live, but I'm encouraging them to get on live. We're also going to be having another one on Saturday morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Saturday is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be same Zoom for everyone. And if you're on a different team, you may have different links and whatnot. So check with that, but feel free to also hop on here if this is one that you need to hop on. We are going to be doing the Miracle Morning free group starting July 1st through July 7th. Again, Gabby and Evie went over all of this on the Miracle Morning team call prep. That has been posted. I shared it. It's also on my YouTube if you cannot find it. So if you've not watched that recording, please go and watch that. And if you still have questions after watching that recording, by all means ask. But that call has a lot of what is going on and happening over this next month because we are prepping for Morning Meltdown. And even if you're not planning on doing Morning Meltdown, I still encourage you to talk about it, to try it, because it is so vital for us to help everyone in our business. There's been programs that I haven't necessarily been drawn to, but I still do them. I still talk about them because I want to make sure I'm helping everyone that may not necessarily vibe with what I'm doing, and that's okay, right? And again, while I'm talking, please feel free to ask questions in the chat, and at the very end, you can unmute yourself. And then after the free morning group, the free from July 1st through July 7th, we have a 21-day fix real-time prep group for MM100 from the 8th to the 28th. We also have another real-time group starting tomorrow. So if you're doing 21-day fix and you need a specific accountability group, just ask me and I can help you get a part of that. And then July 29th is day one of MM100. So from there we'll go on. I just kind of wanted to prep you guys and share with you with that. Also, just know I'm going to be doing a coach sneak peek because my 6-year anniversary is tomorrow and I wanted to do it within this week. So it's going to be from Wednesday to Friday, kind of last minute, but I just wanted to let you know, and I'm going to be doing it on our Instagram. We do have a Dreamer Society Instagram. Gabby helped me get into the other day because we forgot all the passwords and stuff, but we got in and I changed some things. I'm going to be editing that, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be working on that while also moving and doing all these things. So with that, I just wanted to say, like, my apartment, I'm like in my new apartment. We have a bunch of stuff all over. And that is kind of what's happening for the next month. And of course, once Summit happens, we will be coming back with so much knowledge, so many things to share. There's going to be product launches. There's going to be a lot of exciting things happening over this next month. So just stay tuned. Please stay connected. And in the team pages, we will be doing a lot of announcing on there. And then also me and Gabby and the other leaders will be making sure to do announcements before the team calls, before we start going into things. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, feel free to post in the chat. If not, I'm going to move forward with tonight. Okay, so Gabby posted in the team page a few days ago about team call topics and how to have, what you would, or not team call topics, training topics and things that you need help with when it comes to moving your business forward. And when I talk to a lot of you in private conversation, a lot of times it's you sending me messages asking, hey, does this sound okay? Am I, sounding salesy? And for me, when I first started, that was something that helped me. I know when I first started my business, sending what I was going to send to someone just to say, hey, does this sound okay? And to have someone say that sounds great, I would just maybe tweak this word or this word because I wanted to know, and I do believe there is a technique and a sense of peace when it comes to communicating with people and feeling authentic. So I wanted to talk about this because Crystal has really been taking action in her business these last few weeks and really putting herself out there. And I asked her if I could use her as an example. And I actually thought of this morning because she's been messaging me with these awesome messages and being hard on herself, I'm just going to say, because her messages, every time she sends them to me, are great. There's just a few words that I've learned over time of tweaking and how maybe it can sound a little bit different with the same wanting and the same outcome. But people are only going to hear what they hear. Does that make sense? So you could be saying something, but they may hear something completely different than what you're trying to actually say. And it may not be on purpose, but it's just something that I've learned. So I asked her if I can use our conversation because she had great messages, and I feel like this is where you all could benefit from. So she has been talking to people, and I want to encourage you to voice people. If you're going to be messaging people, write things out and you can voice it to people. If you feel more confident having it written out in front of you, because when you do voice on Instagram, it automatically sends. You don't get a redo. It's not like a edit. It sends. I'm almost positive. At least that is on Facebook. I don't know. I just automatically send it. I don't ever redo it. But, and again, this comes with time. So this is what I want to say as well is know that you will not always feel the need to text your coach or post in the team page about a conversation or about how to word things. It comes over time. I don't do that anymore, but I did that often in the beginning. Okay, so just again, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. Okay, so I want to know if there's anyone that has messages that need like tweaking, or if you're in a conversation and you don't know how to respond. If that's the case, pull it up, because I want to do it live as well on here. That's kind of why I said to come prepared. I wanted to do it interactive. So if you can think of something, or you can think of a question when it comes to conversations that you get nervous about or struggle with, I want to know, because I want to help on here live. So something at the beginning of my business that I did was go into the FAQs. We have Beachbody on demand. We can go physically do Turbo Fire that came out 15 years ago. But when I got started, I only had the FAQ. I only had the who is this for, the description. I didn't have the DVDs to try Turbo Fire. I only had Brazil Butt Lift, and I only had T25. But does that mean that those programs were the only things that were going to help my customers? No, because what I was doing may not have been fitting their goals. But another program that had an explanation where I was like, okay, maybe PIO would be better because of the explanation. I mean, PIO wasn't even out when I got started. It was more like P90X. Like, would P90X be better? It's just amazing how many programs have come out since I've started. But do you see what I'm saying? I only had the FAQs. I wasn't able to be like, here's a video of the workout. I've not actually done the whole program, but I've done this workout, and I feel like it'd be your best. It would be the best fit for you because you want to hit and you want fast. So when you don't feel confident about something, it's because you don't have enough knowledge about it. People it's with two things. Either the reason why they have objections is either because they don't trust you, or because they just don't have enough knowledge. And mainly it's the knowledge part, because if you're posting and you're sharing consistently and you're being vulnerable and you're being yourself, they trust you. It has nothing to do with the trust. It just has everything to do with maybe just not knowing something. Man, people don't know that Beachbody on Demand is $100 a year sometimes. And I'm like, I feel like I share that often, but I guess I don't share it enough. And that's on me. So that's another thing, is these have to be reflections, and you're gonna say things that you're gonna look at and be like, oh my gosh, that probably wasn't the best. Trust me, there were many. I told Crystal, I said, I'm happy to help because I want to help you all not get ghosted, even though ghosting happens. It's happened to me, but people come back around. We always talk about this, So, okay. So I wanted to just say, she said she wanted to know about one thing, and it said, hey girl, I would love to give you more info about what's been working well for me, but do you mind if I ask about your health and fitness goals first? So she posted a picture yesterday talking about how she's a mom and she works, and how she's really able to now get things in, and how she didn't, before being a mom, she thought she had to be X, Y, and Z. And she said, would that be okay to send to someone I was friends with in college? She asked me what I was doing before, and I kind of told her, and then she didn't respond, but we have talked since then about other things not health and fitness related. So what I said is, I would send that to someone who reaches out to you about it sooner than later. If you want to swing back around, so she said she had talked to her about health and fitness and what she did previously. They hadn't talked about it recently. So that's why I said swing back around. I would say something like, hey, I know we've talked about what I use for workouts and meal guides and such before. Is that still something you are interested in trying? My next group starts this date, and I'd hate for you to miss out on it if it's something that you're still interested in. If not, no worries, I just wanted to check. Again, I told her to voice this. And so anytime she was messaging me, I said, sounds great, just voice. So if you're going to message me, that's something that I always do. Gabby says she always voices. It's just, or even video if you want a video. It's just so much, I feel like, faster. And I was telling Crystal, you can still word vomit in a voice, but it doesn't sound like or feel like a word vomit. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm able to get things across so much better, and people can hear your emotion, and people are so much more drawn to emotion and story. Human brain is designed to be attracted to story. That's why storytelling is so important. And then I said, or you can leave out my next group part. There's a few ways that I end things. So there's always, it just depends on the person. There's always, it varies, and you just have to know what that person is or what that relationship is like, and tweak it. It's okay. You don't have to have it's not a one script end all be all. I don't have that. I have a system. I have a routine of kind of what I say, but it varies per person. And so then I just have to say, she said, gosh, I'm terrible. And I said, no, you're not. You're learning and taking action. This is what it takes. This business is an action business. You learn when you take action. I don't tell the new coaches that I get started now to go to the team training right away. I say to post on your Instagram stories, 10 stories, 1 Instagram post a day, share your journey, and do your workout every single morning and help 3 people do what you just did. Then when you start running into these situations and these things that come up, then I have a video for you and a training and something where I can direct you. But until then, you need to be focusing on the vitals, and that's it. And I have found that from you guys, from learning from all of you over these last few months, just how to simplify it. And that was what I did at the beginning. And that's how I went from Emerald to 2-star in a year and a half. And that's really where I came down to a few months ago. I was like, how can I help these women have this success that I know is possible? And that's what it is. Okay. And so I really try and keep the ball in their court as much as I can. So it makes that following up less quote unquote scary. So if you're scared of following up, which I'm not anymore, it really helps. And also giving deadlines and having that urgency. So for me, I followed up and said, hey, my last one was missed, but my next one is coming up. Is this still something you're interested in? If not, totally fine. I can swing back around for my next month's group. So letting them know that there is a cutoff. They do have to get started by a certain time. Doesn't mean, you want to help them any less or anything like that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to talk to them for that time. But I do feel like and know that helps, because we need that in life. We need that sense of urgency. At least I do for myself. So then another one, she asked or people said that they loved the external accountability and she needs the extra nudge to stay on track. She said that this girl said she doesn't think she could post on Instagram like she, whatever, like we do on the stuff. And she had a great response. She said, you don't have to post videos on your Instagram or even get on Zoom if you don't want to. I know it personally made me uncomfortable for the longest time, but she's like, I know that it's what helps me and it's the accountability group and it's my girl gang. And so of course I said, voice her. And then I wanted to just share one more about moms. So, cause I think sometimes moms can be harder to talk to in a way or help because we just want to help our kids and we don't always think about helping us first. At least before I went to school and learned that in school, it wasn't like the first thing on my mind. So she said, hey girl, hey, I hope all's going well. She said this last conversation was about nursing. And this is someone she met in a mom's group. She said, hey girl, hey, I hope all's going well with you and Wyatt. Crazy to believe our babies are getting so big already. I love that I'm able to complete the workouts in my home and plan it around all of our schedule. Otherwise I wouldn't get it done. What are your health and fitness goals? And she said, well, I guess she kind of already told me she wanted to lose the baby weight. Should I not say that? And I said, this is what I would say. Hey girl, hey, I hope all is going well with you and Wyatt. You can even say hey in their name, whatever you want, whatever sounds best for you in the beginning. Crazy to believe our babies are getting so big already. I saw what you said on my post. Oh, because she had commented on her picture that she posted yesterday. I saw what you said on my post and I'd love to help if I can. I love that I'm able to complete the workouts in my home and plan it around my work and all of her schedule. Otherwise, I don't know when I would get my me time in. I know you said you wanted to lose the baby weight. Are you currently doing anything now for working out, yummy, healthy, family-friendly meals? So do you see how I said basically what she said? I just tweaked kind of the very end about the, I love that I'm able to complete the workouts in my home. And instead I said I Love that I'm able to complete the workouts in my home and plan it around work and all of her schedule. Otherwise, I don't know about my me time. And then instead of what are your health and fitness goals, I said, I know you said you wanted to lose the baby weight. So acknowledging what she had said, but are you currently doing anything now for working out? Because what I find, and then she responded and said, if you consider walking the dog and walking around the hospital working out, then yes. You know, so then they come back to me, and then I said, okay, so do you know about her work schedule? So you want to find out about these people before just like offering them the tools that we have, because when you do, it's so much more simple to direct it at them because you've found out where they need the help. So it's not on you. This isn't for you, it's for them, right? So yeah, again, I told I wanted to share Crystal because Crystal's a newer coach. She is someone that is going to Summit for the first time, and she's a new mom. She works full time, and she is really taking action and putting forth talking to people. And it takes doing. And when you give them the ball in their court, and I don't know if you saw what I posted in the team page about the following up, that person hadn't even messaged me, and I still followed up with them. Don't be afraid to follow up. And if you are newer at conversing or having, and even Tristan, she has messaged me as well with, you know, her friends and newer. So post in the team page, message your coach, or you can message me, I don't care. Because when you feel confident and comfortable with talking to people, your business is just it's going to feel simple for you. And it takes doing, so you're gonna have to feel uncomfortable before you get to that point. Okay, so just know that uncomfortable feeling is normal and it happens. I mean, Gabby at the beginning, she would message me sometimes, but she also took action and just started talking to people and voicing people. So if you just get in the habit of voicing people and getting outside that comfort zone and knowing that it's more awkward for them to voice you than you actually voicing them. They actually love it. They love to hear your voice. They love to hear what you sound like and know that it's you. I think that it sets you apart from so many other people. And while, yes, it may take a little bit more time, who cares? We have time to help people because we're in this, like, this isn't a race. But again, having deadlines and setting, that's why we have challenge group start dates. That's why we talk about starting to talk about groups at least 2 weeks prior, if not more. And right now, if you have people that you have reached out to you that have been interested in joining, invite them to the free group we have starting on July 1st. That is such a simple way to just open your arms and say, hey, I want to add value into your life. I know that it can help this person. Let's just start with your morning routine and we'll tie it in from there. And the group will do that for them because they won't be able to live without our girl gang, you know? Okay. I haven't looked at the chat box, so I'm not sure what was in there. I'm going to go through it. I want to say, do your research. If you're not feeling confident about something, write that down right now. Is there one thing? Is it Shakeology? Go to the podcast on Shakeology. Is it how to talk to people? Look up YouTube videos on how to be confident in talking to people, or on podcasts on how to be confident in talking to people. Is it budgeting? Whatever you're struggling with and you want to share on your social media to add value to people and you want to talk about it, but maybe you're not feeling as confident with it, just do your research. Do one workout from every single workout program. Just play around with it. If you're in the middle of switching workouts, say, okay, this week I'm going to try a turbo fire workout. I'm going to try a P90X3 workout. I'm going to try a 22-minute hardcore workout, and I'm going to try a plyo workout. That's 4 different workouts right there that, okay, you haven't done a whole workout, But if you talk to someone that maybe was in the military, maybe the 22-minute hardcore would be something that they would be really drawn to because of Tony Horton's, you know, rawness, right? So I'm personally not the biggest Tony Horton fan, but I know people are. And it's just important to meet people where they're at and know people will come around, and knowing that by putting the ball in their court, it makes it more, you just stand out more, and the conversations will come, the confidence will come, and we're here to help. So if you ever have and that's what I love. If you have something that you want to say, write it out first. We're not going to write it for you. You know, don't send the message and be like, I don't know what to say, and expect someone to write it out for you. Write out the message, send it to the person, send it to your coach, whoever, your success partner, whoever, business partner, whatever, and say, hey, I'm sending this to someone. How does this sound to you? Sometimes it's good to get a second opinion. And speak to your people. They want to sign up with you, not your upline. Yes. Thank you, Amanda, for saying that. So, okay, I'm going to, so what do you mean by a voice? Phone call, video? You can do phone calls if you ever want. And that's another thing. If you have someone who wants to know more, even if it's about coaching, I'm more than happy to do a 3-way phone call. Please let me know. Or I'm sure your coach is happy to do a 3-way call, because that is something that is really helpful. So you can either voice on Instagram. So if you go to your Instagram, if you're not familiar, and you go into messages, I'm just going to go into Cassie's. So if you see down here, there's this voice right here and this speaker button right here. You just have to hold it down, and then you can talk. Same with on iMessage. I'm in Crystal's. So if you just go on this side, on the very back end, and you hold it down right here, then it starts talking. And this you can edit. So you can like stop, and then you can X out, or whatnot. And then and on Facebook, so say you use Facebook, you can forward messages. So say you are following up with people on Facebook and you're like, okay, I want to send this to a few other people. You can record a message in one person's message and then forward it to other people, and it won't say that it's been forwarded. So you can also make it generic if it works for a certain group of people, and do that as well. Okay. Video would work too, just yes, and pre-recording your video. So in the morning, if you have about some time, a 30 to 60-minute video inviting people, like, hey, that's another thing, letting people know you saw them watching you. Like, hey, I saw that you were watching me. I don't know if you saw that I just posted about my next free morning routine group. If it's something you're interested in, I'd love to give you more deets. Let me know. If not, totally fine. And you can just say that in a video, send it to a few people, and yes. Okay, Gabby wants to share something with all of you really quick. Go for it. Wait, oh yeah.
No, yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I'm a little dark over here, but okay, so this kind of goes hand in hand, and it's funny, like I was like, wow, everything she's saying is kind of what I kind of listened to today on the podcast. So write this down, Angie Lee, she's thebomb.com. And I'll share this in the team page, but Angie Lee's podcast, and it is warning, this will fire you up, why you need to leave your 9-to-5 job, and why it ended my engagement, and why comparison, and blah, blah. That's the one you need to listen to. Okay. But she talks about this. She talks about how this is your business, right? If you have a passion and you have a fire in you about this business, you need to let go of any fear that you have, that you are thinking, whatever fear that you have right now, I want you guys to literally do this. If you think that, oh, what are people going to think about me? Or what if this girl says no? Or what if I don't know, whatever fear it has, you need what's the difference of you you and the top coach, or you and me, or me and Emma, whatever, is that we are brave enough to not care what people think. That's the only difference, right? So going into these invites, you guys, you have to do it. You have to eat your frog. I always say that you have to eat your frog. It's going to be the hardest thing that you do, right? And these messages, like Emma said, are going to come with time. When I first started, I would screenshot Emma so much to the point where I would be like, I am so sorry. And she'd be like, no, this is what I'm here for. So if you're sitting in your DMs and you're like, I don't know what to say, I'm just going to ignore it, that's on you. That's on you. And that's not being a CEO for yourself, and that's going to get you nowhere in this business. So what you have to do is you have to be like, okay, she said no. It's fine. She said no. What you're going to do is you're going to voice her, and you're going to say, hey, sister, no problem. You know what? I'm always going to be here. This is my job. I'm super passionate about it. Let me know if it's okay with you if I just message you next month to see if you're interested or not. They always say, oh my God, girl, thank you so much. I would love more info next month. That's all you have to do. It's really not that hard, right? Because then you're putting it out there, because sometimes people don't trust you. That's literally what it comes down to. I didn't start for 4 years because Emma would invite me and I'd be like, no, I don't know what this boot camp is. Like, I'm not going to do that. So you just have to build the trust. And you guys, there's been so many times, like Emma said, that Crystal said, it's like, okay, I invited her. She ignored my message, but we're having conversations about other things in my Instagram, right? You know what I do? And I got this from different Crystal. And I was like, oh my God, it's so funny. I call them out on it. I say, hey girl, so you totally ignored my last message. And I put like weird, like whatever emojis. And I was like, but this might sound awkward, but I'm still super pumped and I really want to invite you to my next boot camp. If not, no worries. Maybe next month or whatever. So just be yourself. Like, stop getting in this like disbelief that you can't do these things, right? You have to be brave enough to be like, this is my business. I'm going to get a million no's today. Watch, maybe you get like 10 yeses and you just don't know because you're too scared to do the thing that is uncomfortable, which is eating your frog, which is inviting, right? So these messages come with time. Yeah. I've been a coach for almost 2 years and Emma's been a coach for 5 years. We're still not experts. Like, we're still learning different conversations to have with people. Like, I just learned how to approach people that ignored my messages, like just now in my business. Oh, yeah. So, you know, and you make it fun, right?
Yeah. And I was telling Crystal, because she was like, oh, like everything you say just sounds like 1,200,000 times better. And I was like, I just have to say, I just took a course in November about talking to people. I'm still constantly learning and investing in myself. And that's actually something when Amanda just said I practice in my own messages, practice in front of the mirror. I know it might sound weird and uncomfortable and like silly, but if you like, that helps so much. Stand in front of the mirror. If you're not confident on Instagram stories and you want to be more confident, stand in front of the mirror and talk about things that you want to talk about and share. And it'll just become more natural and comfortable. But that's what people do all the time. Speakers do that now. I bet you Rachel Hollis does that in her long mirror that she writes things on, you know? Yeah. Like it's not that we're, you know, like, yeah, oh my God, I'm sure, like, even, yeah, like, what do you think Rachel Hollis did? That's kind of what I think about. It's so funny, like, what would Jesus do? I honestly am like,
what would Rachel Hollis do?
I'm like, what would she be doing? She would be standing in her mirror practicing for a speech. I 100,000% guarantee she does that.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys, it's not gonna come easy. You're gonna have moments where you want to like dig yourself underneath the bed or whatever, but honestly, I feel like you just have to do it. You have to be consistent. You have to show up on your gram, right? And you know what's funny is like sometimes you guys, like I won't post about a boot camp and I'm still inviting. So don't feel like you have to post something or you can't invite. No, they know you're a coach. They know that you're working out every day. Like, it's not a big deal. So many times I'd get so caught up and be like, I can't invite anyone. I haven't even made a post about a new program, right? But I'm like, why? They know I'm a coach. Like, what? I'm just inviting them. And you guys, a lot of the times I'm crazy. You don't have to do what I do. But I get on when I'm inviting and I'm like, yo girl, what's up? Like, come to my next boot camp, because they know I'm crazy as shit. But
That's a good point, because you can go back to a picture that you had previously posted about, and you can just say, hey, you liked my past, picture about my last one, but you never joined. You got an idea. You didn't join. Do you want to join this time? Like they see you. That's why posting's important. You have to, like, it's just a part of it.
Yeah. And that made me click, because I don't know what I saw it on. I think it was like, I don't even know. You guys, I watched so much stuff on YouTube about building my business. That's, again, what separates other coaches from other coaches that don't do the work. Not making a dab, I'm just saying, do your research. But I learned this and I was like, oh my God, why am I not doing this, right? When you get someone that's like, yes, I want to join your boot camp, I'm all in, screenshot that shit, upload it to your gram and say, she's in, I'm so excited, put a bunch of GIFs, right? And then keep doing that, because then you're proving to your followers that you are legit. This is a business. You are having girls in your boot camp, because it's one thing to just talk about it, but if you have physical proof and people are in your DMs and are like, let's do this, I'm so ready, whether it's an email or a DM or a text message or whatever, screenshot it and be like, and tag her in it and be like, she's in, I'm so excited, right? Because then you're creating hype for your challenge group. You're creating hype for your business, all right? So if anytime that I see, and I always look at my gram, I go back to my Instagram and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so funny. You have to just like be confident in your business and be confident in what you post, okay? And confidence comes with practice, but like Emma said, get in front of your mirror, look at, say your affirmations. I do it when I go into my job that I hate. Everyone thinks I'm so funny, but I do my makeup in the bathroom and I'm like, I am a boss ass bitch. It's going to be my last shift. I don't have to work here. So you guys just have to have the confidence. They always make fun of me, but they're like, Gabby, you're so positive. But you have to have the confidence. Say your affirmations, practice in front of the mirror, and just be consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't, like, honestly, I'll just say I had a crappy week. It was not my week, personally. And that didn't stop me. And normally like in the past, it may have paralyzed me. So also, if you're going through stuff, just know people like understand, and don't paralyze yourself. Just be honest and open. And, like Abby said, you're a boss Abby. Ears, no. She doesn't know yet. But yeah, no. So just, again, and I don't know if anyone has questions or has any conversations or anything about a conversation, but YouTube, something I actually also want to look at is Toastmasters, if you've ever heard of it. It's also like, because I want to get into be more confident with speaking and public speaking. So again, like, but this is, again, 6 years into my business. I mean, Toastmasters has been around for forever. I just learned about it from my course in November that I did, with Macy, actually. She's been on the calls a few times. And Andrew knew about Toastmasters. We were talking the other day, and he's like, yeah, like, I think you should look into like Toastmasters or something. And I was like, who are you? I'm like, were you not going to tell me about this? Or it's just like a group that you can go to and practice speaking. And it's anywhere. So wherever you are, you can just look it up and you can just go for free the first time. But that's besides the point. Okay. So super excited to see your conversations. And again, oh, look at there's Crystal. She told me she was going to be dyeing her hair. I love it. She's like, I'm going to be real cute. Hey, also Crystal, can you unmute and just tell people how you felt messaging people? Because I know how it's felt for you, but I just want people to hear from you.
Oh gosh, I've definitely been nervous for sure. It definitely is something that like makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want people to, I don't know, get the wrong idea. But I'm definitely, I think, getting a little bit better. I will probably continue to send a lot of my messages to Emma because it definitely makes me feel a lot better about it. But working on getting better about it and being more consistent. And my goal this week is definitely to start voicing people more often, because that is the one that makes me more uncomfortable. And sorry, my kid is screaming.
You're fine. No, yeah, and it's just been really cool to see your progress. And that's another thing is when you guys are messaging about conversations, I know you're doing the work because conversations didn't come easy for me at the beginning. So not saying that they're not going to come easy for everyone else at the beginning, but I think it just takes time. So that also, I love knowing and like being in your conversations. I love seeing who you guys are helping and knowing who you guys are helping. And that's something that Alexis and Crystal talked about on the team call about, volume and stuff, like the ringing the bell idea that we're going to start incorporating, and just knowing. And that's why I asked at the beginning of the call, like, who did you help? I got that idea from Crystal's call that Gabby spoke on. She asked her team, who has helped someone with, I think it was like a bundle pack or whatever this last week. And I thought that was a really cool idea, and like who they were. So just us knowing who we're helping and getting to know each other's people, because then that also helps create that community and that culture, which is so valuable. So.
Yeah. Also, you guys, be organized also with your scripts. Like, get organized. So, like, get your scripts and organize them, like, coach. So, like, I have them on I can show you really quick, but, or maybe I can't. Oh, yes, I can. So I have them organized, cancel, right here. Like, look at all my scripts that I have, right? So invite scripts, invite someone who's watching, coach someone who's watching. Another one, number 2, late night scripts, because I work at the restaurant. Sometimes I'm inviting late at night. New followers, last call for my boot camp. So get them literally like in order so that when you're going to invite, you know exactly what you're doing. And don't get me wrong, like I have to like kind of, change them up if like depending on the conversation, but being organized like that has helped so much. And then I go over here and I write down their Instagram name as soon as I send them the invite, and so I know to follow up with these people. So you just have to be organized. It's a business, and if you don't take it seriously like a business, then you're gonna fall off. No, I'm just kidding. Don't fall off.
It is a little bit harder, and I will say Streak is really helpful for that, because I do the same. Like I'll just put them in my Streak, and then I go follow up with them, even if it's not on my email. I still go to my inbox, and now that I can message on Facebook, it's really helpful. Except I like being able to filter, and I can't filter on Facebook, so that's fine. Does anyone else have questions or want to unmute and ask? Or Tristan?
I have a question. I guess I'll just like be vulnerable about it, but just wanting advice, I guess, from everybody else on how to like start. I feel like I would have a harder time just because I'm heavier, and maybe people wouldn't take advantage of it because I don't have any like progress pictures yet or anything like that. So how would you, I guess, get set up for that? Like, I mean, we'll start somewhere, and I know that, but like,
I was gonna say, I feel like you have more advantage because you just take people through your journey from right now till whenever. Like, honestly, sometimes I feel at a disadvantage in a way because I don't always have that. So just start. Just say, hey, take them on this journey with you. Say, you can either come with me or you can watch me. Like, I'll be here for you whenever you're ready, but I'm doing this for me and to set examples. You're a teacher, use what your why, and use the things that you have people at your work that are already asking you. Like, you have your stuff in your classroom. You were showing me on video the other day. So I think you know how to start. It's just like I said, just sharing on your Instagram stories. You've been doing the morning dances, but getting a little bit more vulnerable. So this is why I'm doing this. This is my first program that I'm really taking seriously. You can say that, you've been doing Beachbody for a few. And like you said on our call the other day too, being a coach has made you more accountable. And you realize that. How the other day you may have not gone and worked out, but because you had just signed up as a coach, you did it, right? So hearing those little things about how it's consistently changing your life and impacting your life. And you're going to have days, but on those days, that's when these things are most important. Like last week, this was so important to me because last week was so hard, and it made it known so much more for me that like this was what was meant to be in my life for these reasons, you know?
Yeah.
And so you can really, again, like I said at the, you know, a little bit ago, the emotion, just hone in on that emotion part for those people that you want. And you have teachers at your school that I know would love.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they've been asking, and it's like I had one of my interpreters, my ASL interpreters, come up to me the other day, and she's like, "Hey, do you still do like yoga and workouts in your room? Like, I'd love to start something in the fall." So it's just something that like I've been honing into, like, oh, okay, like, and like keeping them on my radar as I go. But just, yeah, I guess I never thought about it, like taking them with the journey. So.
Yes, that's it. That's literally it. You have to. So I actually posted in my boot camps. I was like going through a season. I was like, you guys, I'm going to step back from like really not coaching, but like being a coach almost, because I was like, I want to go through this journey with you guys. You have to be a challenger first, because like I always say, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help and inspire someone else, right?
Right.
You have to fill your cup, right? So when you are inviting or when you are talking, like you have to speak with confidence, make it fun, create a hashtag just for your business, right? Create a fun hashtag. I'm thinking, like, as soon as you were talking, I'm like, girl, you have so many opportunities. Create a fun hashtag, get dancing on your Instagram. Brandy does it all the time. Like, Evie does it. Like, you have so much. You can be like, literally, you guys, like, I'm really struggling with this. This is how I'm feeling. And I want to just take people with me, because I know that these programs can change my life, not only for the after photo, like honestly, fucking after photo. It's about how you feel.
Yeah.
It is.
I love you. I'm sorry.
So true. I tell my girls, I'm like, if you're in my boot camp for an after photo, I don't want you in here. I want girls that want to have a transformation mentally and physically, of course, but it's not just about that. It's about how you feel. So you have to just talk about it, and you have to do it with confidence. So I know it's going to be scary, but in the beginning, the more you do it, the more you'll be like, I love my body. I'm going to show you guys that I can do this for myself, and I don't care if you guys are going to watch me. You have to be brave enough to embarrass yourself, because that's where you're going to move your business. Okay?
Got it.
Okay.
I know, this is what I've been doing all day long. I just told my mom, like, when we're done, I have to work out. So this is my hand for reference. These are all papers I had to grade this weekend for report cards.
Oh my God.
Dying. Like, I so need this workout. And then I was like, oh shit, I got a team call. So.
Oh, I'm happy you're
anyways, thanks for being here, ladies.
Of course. Crystal, were you going to say something too?
I had a quick question, because I always have questions.
Yeah.
I had voiced someone that I'd messaged you about yesterday, and I was like voicing and sending her different things, so it's a little bit scattered, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I went to voice her and realized I hadn't responded to a previous conversation we were having, and so she didn't respond to that voice message, and I'm sure she got it because it's on Instagram. Like, she had to have gotten it.
Yeah.
But we're still in conversation. It's just not about like health and fitness. So I'm just wondering, kind of like Gabby was saying, if that's something where you would wait until I got closer to like the July 1st time that I had given her, and just say like, hey, I wasn't sure if you got my message. I just wanted to follow up and see if you might be interested in, I don't know. I wasn't sure.
No, you're going to say, hey girl, I know you saw my message. I know, it's serious. You're running a business, and it's not like you're saying it to be like a bitch, but you're like, hey girl, I know you saw my message, super awkward, and put like a little funny emoji. Like, I do the cartwheel one and like this one, and I'm like, super awkward, but, and then go on and say what you want to say, but call it like, I'm sorry. And half the time when I do call them out, they think it's funny, but it just like doesn't make it, I don't know. I say like, oh, I don't know if you saw that it said seen. So yeah.
I don't know though, because, okay, and it could be because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing with the damn voice thing. But it like doesn't say seen.
On the board. Let me look.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My Zoom keeps clicking. Okay, there we go. But like, if you look,
have I sent anyone a voice lately?
It doesn't say seen. And she always, I mean, I know people will ghost you and not respond, but like, I would be surprised if she didn't say anything back to me. I mean, maybe not, but I don't know.
Let me see. I don't know. I feel like I've definitely seen if they oh yeah, sent you a message. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, like I always send them a GIF too. I always send them like a funny one, like the one of Homer Simpson going into the bushes. Like that's the one that I send them because, like, okay, maybe you don't, but you have to make it funny, right? I don't know. They find it funny when I send that GIF. So, I mean, you can say like, hey, like I know I sent you a voice message. I don't know if you got it or not. But and then say that like totally because you don't know, I guess. If it doesn't say seen, then I would just say that. Yeah, and follow up with them. It's your job. Maybe that time wasn't the right time with them. And like I'm pretty sure I ghosted Emma like a million times and she was still in my DMs like, yo.
people thank me. And actually I wanna just quick like story. My friend does Beauty Counter and I totally support her and her products, and I'm a mom too, and she's a mom, and she is the sweetest person. It's not that I'm not responding on purpose, but she'll message me sometimes and I get so sidetracked. I mean, come on, you guys message me and I tell you guys to like triple text me sometimes just in case if I get sidetracked. So again, like don't feel like people also aren't responding to be mean. You know what I mean? I think sometimes we can just jump to that and be like, oh my gosh, they're not responding because they just aren't interested and they just like totally now think I'm crazy and like, did I say the wrong thing? Like, oh my gosh, like what did I do? Did I cough? Did I sneeze? You know what I mean? Like, I think we're our worst critics. We are the hardest on ourselves. And so it's really never us. It's more, and messaging them, following up with them is like oh my gosh, thank you so much because I didn't have that second to message you, but I've been meaning to email you back type of thing, and then it like brings it back up to their front. And like, also if you're emailing, I've found people aren't always in email unless they use it for work. So again, you just kind of have to figure out what works best for people. And if I'm emailing them and I'm like, hey, you haven't responded, is something better for you? Let's switch with that. I'm not just going to stick with email just because someone on a YouTube video said email is the end all be all, So again, you got to figure out what works for you, and you got to meet that person where they're at.
Yeah, sometimes I do say like, hey, I know you want more details. Like, would you want me to just send you a quick voice message, or would you like me to email you the details? You can totally do that. Some people like the email. And I always put at the end of my email, I'm always like, if you like all the details, just say yes in the next email, and then I'll video you. So that's normally what I do. So it's literally one email. They just read all the details. But it's pretty simple. You have to work. Wait, what's the saying? I always mess this up. Work
harder.
Work smarter, not harder. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, and I also wanted to say one more thing about the share cart, because I think this has come up. People don't get the email and share cart. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you've learned this. You may not have. I've learned this, and I always send them the link. So when I'm talking to people, you get their email and you can hook them up in the share cart. You just have to know like what flavor they want for Shakeology or what they want for Recover, Energize, whatever they're getting. And I always send them the email, but then I once you send the email, it says copy link. You press that, and then I say, hey, I just shot you an email to get you all hooked up with everything that you wanted. Sometimes the email doesn't go through, so this link is going to direct you to the exact same place, so that if you don't see it, just go here. That saves the whole like, oh, I didn't get the email, and like people saying they didn't get it and then never signing up. It just is like, hey, I sent you the email, plus here's this, so like no excuses. Here's your bundle, and let's get started. And then I say, message me right when you get started, because it takes a little bit more on my end to see it. Even though there's a way to see it immediately, I still like them to message me to let them, like, just so that they know, or so I know, and then I can be on the lookout for it, so that if they say it went through and I don't see it on my end, I can call Beachbody and be like, hey, where's the miss up here? So, yeah.
Yeah, you did that with me when I signed up for 3-day refresh, and actually I didn't get the email, so I just used the text link, and it worked fine that way. But
yep, perfect. Yeah, so just do that for everyone, even if you like think the email will get sent. No, just do it. Just do the link. What?
Guys, the workout is launched. I just want you guys to know that.
Oh, it's already out?
And launched. I'm freaking out. I kind of want to do it right now.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, Marisol just posted it. We are live.
Well, that's good. Good, because I'm glad they posted it tonight instead of tomorrow morning.
Me too.
Okay. Okay, wait, can we take a picture really quick before we all hop off? Thanks for being on live and watching the recording. If you're watching the recording, I'm gonna stop.